this is going to be expensive. What the f is that? How? We're going to have a problem with this. Okay, so you guys loved the video on this Audi 72. Now I did manage to actually get the bonnet open. We'll have a quick look under there, and then what we're going to do is put it up on a ramp and then figure out how we're going to modify it. Because like, I did buy a set of wheels, which are really, really, really nice, because I did a quick Google on the internet. They're one of those people. I just saw the car, these turned up on the internet. I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna buy those because they're cool and they'll work. And then I bought them, and I thought the car was 4x108, and then I pulled off the thing, and it's not. It's absolutely not. So we're gonna figure out the PCD today and the center bore, because the center bore is wild. I didn't know, like, I should have expected it, really, shouldn't I? And then we're gonna figure out how to lower it. Now, the previous owner was gonna lower it, so he has got some arms in the boot. Apparently he's got like a torsion setup. I have no idea. I ordered oil filter because it's still on its running in oil. We're gonna take a look under the bonnet, and then we're gonna shove it up in the air and take a look underneath. And this car is very, very clean. And then we're gonna address what exactly we're gonna do and what wheels we're gonna buy. And we're gonna do that today in this video. I'm gonna get that off the ramp. They're staying. Video on this one soon though. Very, very soon. Right, let's get these cars moved. Okay, last time we tried this, we had problems, it wouldn't start. But now I've got the knack. Pump it. Oh. Okay, maybe we'll try this. This might be the choke. We'll try that. And we're on. Now, if I remember, we got neutral, and then we push it like that. We have first. Handbrake down. Try not to hit the Harley or the 21. And it died. We're all right. Right, start again. All right, we'll leave it run here a sec. Time to pull this big boy down. This thing starts on the button, and the key should be in it. I love this car so, so much. Still on sale, unbelievably. And I'm not dropping the price, not happening. You need to buy it. I mean, check this out. Now, set for ages, give it a pump. On the button. On the button. Oh, I love it. Should we just have like a little bit of appreciation for this thing? Still on sale. This thing is fucking wonderful. Calm shift, power steering. Oh, I think I might take a sort of drive later. That's the beauty of having all these cars. I get to use them whenever I want. Perks. This thing is so beautiful though. Right, out in around. And apparently underneath this thing is like new. Well, say apparently, I've seen it. And now I can open the bonnet. Let's get on the ramp. Okay. I think we're pretty good. I think that's all right. We're forward of it. I got a knack of these gears as well, which is fantastic. So, we have this lovely 1.7 old school longitudinal Audi lump. It's really cool, really old school, and look how solid this thing is. Look at that. Like, it's surface rust, of course, but nothing structural. It's in beautiful condition. Obviously, the engine's like new because it's been restored, and someone's done a lovely job, like blacking all the bits and pieces. It's not immaculate, but it doesn't have to be. What's really cool is though, look how far forward the engine is. See, axle, there, engine, which is crazy. And then you've got, like, if you look down there, let's see if I can see. Can you see that there, right there? That's a brake disc. It's got inboard brake discs. and discs on a 1966 car, which is insane. Now, let's get this thing up in the air and have a quick look underneath. Should we do a test? Ah, she's mint.
Yeah, all the weight there.
All the credit to the previous owner with this. He's done a fantastic job. And underneath, well, it looks insane. Holy shit. This looks incredible, Ash. Okay, so myself and Ash have had a quick look at it, and this is what we discovered. Basically, it looks like it's got a torsion front arms, front springs. So no springs, just a torsion front setup. These are the inbound discs, which still blows my mind because like this thing is from the 60s. So they had discs and they were inbound, which is crazy. Underneath this thing is absolutely ridiculous. The guy went to town on it. New brake lines, like fuel lines, everything. New exhaust, it looks brilliant. The rear has a similar setup to the Beetles where it's the same sort of thing, torsion. But he's already supplied these modified rear arms, rear legs, arms, legs, I don't even know what they're called because I've never dealt with any setup like this in my life. So we're gonna have to get those like powder coated up and then we'll swap those round. Obviously, we're gonna have to run a shorter shock up there, which isn't too hard because they look relatively simple. It's gonna take a little bit of research, but look at how clean this thing is under here. It's fantastic. So I'm gonna speak to a friend. I think this is a similar setup to a Beetle, similar, but he knows these things really, really well. When you don't know something, you ask. So I'm gonna give him a little bit of a video message, see what he comes back with. But in the meantime, we're gonna try and fit these rears, see how low it sits, and then try and order the shocks to suit that. And also try and figure out what PCD and what wheels we're gonna get for the thing. There's a lot of unknowns here. And then we got to register it. Let's get to work. So basically, just spoke to a friend who has a lot to do with old Beetles. And he's turned around and said that the rear setup is very much like a Beetle, which we're not very experienced on, but it looks simple. So it's going to be a case of like putting those new arms on, finding out the length of shock that we need. That's going to dictate how well it rides. The fronts, however, are that torsion setup. And he said it's very similar to a T4. Is it a T4 transporter? The fronts are similar to a T4, and apparently you could adjust the, what did he say? Adjust the preload, and it dictates the ride height. But we're going to try this without the shocks in and see if we can drop it and see what it looks like. So that's what we're going to do next. Thank you, Richard. And then we're going to try and find some shortened shocks. This isn't like textbook stuff. This is a really old car, so like we're trying to figure it out. But it will look cool. Next, we're going to figure out what the actual PCD is and center bore, and then try and find some wheels, because the wheels I got are not going to fit. Unless we make it fit with adapters, but we'll have a look at that now. So we kind of got the suspension kind of sorted. Next problem is this. What the f is that? I thought this was 4x108. How far off I was a million miles, because that, I mean like, this, I think, is 4x130. This, though, I don't even know what the f we're going to do here. Let's pull the wheel off, measure it up, and then look on Google again. I mean, it's also got this really weird sort of like hubcap wheel trim, which is really soft alley setup. So rare, so cool. This is the weirdest setup I've ever seen in my entire life, but we're still modifying this shit. It's not going to get the best of us. Now we're going to figure out the measurements on this PCD and center bore, which is f***ing massive. You tell Ashley was a wheel guy.
4x140.
140?
Yeah.
4x140?
Yeah.
How? I don't even know how, like what's the center bore then? What we got?
97 mil.
97 mil. We're gonna have a problem with this. We're actually gonna have a problem with this, aren't we? I've never seen that shit in my entire life.
Unless there's some way of reusing this steel to getting them banded or whatever.
I was thinking that the other day, but it wouldn't go up, would they? The 13s. You wouldn't be the 13s. No, 13s. Which would look terrible. You need like at least 15s. Well, I want 15s. This is a morning of figuring shit out. All right, I'm gonna go back to Google. Plenty of time on the computer, plenty of time trying to research what we're gonna do with the wheel situation, and this has escalated really quickly. We're gonna have to build a custom set of splits. Now, obviously we have lots of splits here, so I've just chucked on a set to see like where they would roughly sit and how much dish would we get. This is the problem when you deal with rare cars. Unfortunately, when you deal with super rare cars, it's even bigger problems because you have less options. We figured out how to lower it, we think. Figured out the shock situation, done a service, and now we're gonna have to go custom wheels. But we've chucked one of the wheels from our E30 on it, just to see whether we're gonna go 16s or 15s, and the 16s look great. Check this out. Now, obviously, they are nowhere near because we've just placed them on, put them on a tire, because we want to see how big the arch gap was. And what I mean by arch gap, I mean like, see from like sort of this side to this side, because it's not so much there is the issue, it's there and there. And this has got plenty. Also, these are like 8s, I think, on the front, so 8s would be more than enough in the front of this. The rear, we got loads of space, like loads and loads and loads. So we'll be able to put a really big wheel here, which will look amazing. This is gonna be expensive. You're dealing with like the only one in the country, and it's gonna look amazing. So if we drop it on those, they look incredible. And then we gotta address the distress paint, which I love. But I think for today, that is enough. We will come back in the next episode with what we're going to do with the wheels and how we're going to address the suspension. This is just an update on how we're moving through this. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Our subscribers have gone up loads. We're enjoying making this content. This is going to be a very cool car. We deal with lots of very cool things. Obviously, that is going up for its carbs next, which we filmed half of it already, went kind of wrong. The E28, we're going to do a sick vid soon. And obviously the E30 is almost ready to start. So lots and lots of content, guys. Like and subscribe, follow us on Instagram. We obviously sell cars as well, and we got loads of stuff like this coming in. So if you are interested in this and you are in the UK, and even if you're not in the UK, give us a like, follow us, see what comes up for sale. Thank you very much. See you next time.